Okay, Anthony, so let's talk about Joe Flacco.
Unfortunately, yeah, we got to ask the question, guys.
Yeah.
It's time, right?
Yeah.
Even though they're going to London, it's time.
Well, Dustin said they probably won't because it's London.
I don't think
they probably won't. But
yeah.
Is there a reason in your mind why London means you shouldn't do it? Like,
there's just less time to prepare because there's travel involved, and it's not like an ideal situation for a rookie to start because you're off your schedule. Like it's a different deal. I'd want the veteran to handle this game. I'd probably ideally rather him start after a bye at home.
Yeah.
If that's like the ideal situation.
Yeah. Well, there's no bye coming up, but
no, I know.
They obviously this game. Then you got the Steelers on the road, so we'll see.
That's a tough spot.
After that, you've got I believe
Miami,
the Jets
right?
at home. No, Miami at home, and then the Patriots, then a bye, then the Jets.
The Dolphins game is the game that
he's got to be starting by the latest that game, no doubt about it. I know it makes you're right. Rationally, they shouldn't start him this week. I'm like, what do you got to lose? I mean, Joe Flacco, we all love Joe. He's had a great career. He's a really good player. But he just can't play anymore.
Here's the thing with Flacco.
Yeah.
We thought that at least his floor was a certain level, that he wouldn't go below that.
That's right.
And now that he has gone below what we thought was the floor, like the worst case scenario, he's been worse than we thought he could be. So
yeah.
It has nothing to do with him personally. It has nothing to do with his career. It's not going to like it's Father Time is undefeated. We know that, and this is the point we're at.
That's right. And most quarterbacks go completely off the cliff by 40 outside of Tom Brady, and that's what we're seeing. G. Bush, he's finished.
Man. Shout out to Joe in his career.
Yeah.
You look at the numbers on the Hall of Fame list. Joe Flacco is, I think he's almost in the top 10 in yards thrown in the league. But with that being said, ain't got nothing to do with this today. Come on over here. Let me talk to you real quick. Dylan, get on ready, man. Get on ready. You already 30 yourself. You almost 30 yourself. You just don't look like it. Dylan Gabriel done played all them games, right? I would be telling Dylan right now, hey, get you some sleep. Matter of fact, when we go to London, we got one of them nice Airbuses. You know what I'm saying? You don't even feel you moving. Get you one of them flat beds. We're going to put him in the back and let him sleep the whole way over there. The whole time, we listening to plays. You going to get ready. By the way, Minnesota is looking like, okay, I mean, J.J. McCarthy and what they got, that ain't no juggernaut game. Let's go ahead and get ready to go.
I don't even know if McCarthy's going to play.
So
they got Wentz again.
It might be Carson Wentz. So what better way to get me a nice dub or look better than get Carson Wentz against this defense? See, this is the thing. You want to get these dudes playing while the defense still gives a you-know-what. While the defense is still relatively fresh. While the defense is still involved and engaged. Because if you could put Dylan Gabriel out there and the defense can keep the game close, at least you can see around and do some things. By the way, people are saying, I heard Jason say this morning, they playing with half a playbook because of Flacco. Well, listen, if you playing with half a playbook and you're that handicapped and you are that handcuffed as an offensive play caller, then you must make a change. Not if I feel and look. You must, because you cannot win in the league. You give yourself no chance to win. And by the way, when you talk about the whispers, it's already happening. They keep having them. Y'all listen up here. They keep having them. The defense keep having them little meetings over there on the sideline. Them team-only meetings. Trust me. Keep trotting him out there. Them team-only meetings going to turn out to team-only statement meetings out and about where, hey, I don't know what we doing on the offense. You don't want that problem. The 85 Bears, they had a whole situation. Buddy Ryan used to go around and have defenses, and they was offense versus defense. It's the offense over here, and we don't like what you're doing, and it's the defense talking about the offense. Things can devolve really quickly. If you don't think that these guys are looking at that performance, where was he throwing the football? He's throwing the ball up backwards. He got strip sacked twice. One of them just got called back.
And he should have had a third pick
also.
He
should have had a third pick.
Yeah.
His QBR is like 39.
It's actually sub 30 now. I believe it's 27. Oof. Steve, do you want to pull up Flacco season stats?
Come on, man. Stop. It's time. It's been time. Yeah. I would have been made the move, bro. And listen, it can't get no worse.
Oh my God.
It can't get worse than that. There's no what's What's the basement? There's no basement in
Well,
there.
that's the thing, and Dustin's right. What he said before is like you thought you had this at least solid floor with Flacco that it wouldn't be a total disaster. That you'd get the picks, but you'd get the touchdown. We're not getting the touchdowns.
They're not coming.
The offense can't move. They've had, I don't know, 4 competent drives in 5 weeks or 4 weeks. I mean, you can't win football games that way. You can't score 14 points a game on average. And obviously it's been less than the most they scored was the first week where they scored 16, right? Or they scored more than 16 in any of the other games?
No. I don't think so, right?
4 games, you scored
No.
16 points.
No, you didn't.
No.
You had 10 twice.
And by the way, as good as the 4 teams you've played are on offense, Bengals defense stinks. Ravens defense stinks.
Terrible.
The Packers defense, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's
40
good.
last night.
They get 40 last night.
It was misleading.
I
because
thought Dallas would be feisty at home,
Yeah,
but their defense is decent, we'll say. And Detroit's defense is decent. They haven't played like a top-notch defensive team. And they can't score. They can't score at all. So it's not going to change. The offensive line's not going to magically get better. Joe Flacco's not going to magically get better. Dylan Gabriel really cannot play any worse. I just don't think he can. And if he does, he does. Okay, they were going to lose anyway.
Can we
and if he does play terribly,
Yeah.
okay, fine, play Shador for a
Then
few
play
games.
Shador. Let's
Find
go.
out what you got.
Yes, I'd play Dylan Gabriel now. And I'd give him 3-4 games. If he's improving, stick with him. If he plays well, stick with him. If he stinks, go to Shador. Let's go.
Listen, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
See, because you got a team that got a franchise quarterback. If you was in charge of the Bengals,
Yeah.
and Kevin Stefanski was available,
Yeah.
would you hire him to coach Joe Burrow and be the offensive coordinator?
It's a tough question because I think he's better than Zach Taylor. I don't think Zach Taylor's a very good coach. But I like Kevin Stefanski, and I like having stability. But I've lost faith in Kevin Stefanski. So ultimately, I'd rather take a shot on another coach that maybe could be a good coach. But I do think Kevin Stefanski's probably just as good, if not better, than Zach Taylor.
They probably need to get to a little more of a motivator.
The Bengals or the Browns?
The Browns.
Oh, yeah.
Elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw your post, your rant that you posted on Instagram. As I was kind of going through this morning, I gave it about a minute.
Okay.
Which is a long time for me.
Yeah, it is. You usually get 25
I
seconds.
got the complete gist of it really quickly, and it's like, if you can't score, if you're not going to be the offensive wizard that we all think you are or supposed to be, the quarterback whisperer,
right?
What have you? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? I mean, at least Dan Campbell in Detroit. Okay, people made fun of him biting ankles and kneecaps and all this stuff. Whatever. We don't need necessarily that.
No,
but you need to have a little more. A little more juice.
Something.
Right, yeah.
Because if you don't,
Did you guys see Dan Lanning after the Penn State game?
man,
I did not, but was he going
I
nuts?
saw him. I
haven't played football, Adam, in 20 years.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go make tackles.
that long?
It's crazy, isn't it? It makes me want to go out there and make tackles seeing a guy like that. It's like, I don't know.
You have to have something. Like if you're not gonna, if your offense ain't gonna hit, I need somebody that's gonna be a master motivator. And I think one of Kevin's problems is, yes, you can give us those same conversations and answers after the press conference because you're not going to give us nothing anyway. But my thing is, there are certain coaches that have such an honest, genuine spirit and relationship with their players that they can sell them on anything, right? Like if you go, people say he's not ready. If you went to Myles Garrett, and you went to the defense and said, and just be transparent. Hey, listen, Myles, I already know what it is. I didn't talk to Andrew. Yeah, we going through some stuff. But let me tell you what, you're a Hall of Fame player, and I need your help. I need you to keep those guys ready to go. You go to Joe Flacco. Joe, hey, listen, we're going to roll with you as long as it works. If when it don't work, the second it don't work, we going to the young guys. I just want to let you know up front. You go to the young guys. I need you to be ready. It ain't about doing this. Hey, when Joe's studying, you better soak up everything because your number can get called tomorrow. I need you on the film. I need you to know the scripting. Hey, Tommy Reese, I need you to be getting these young guys ready. Right now, we got a playbook for Joe. But what I need some college stuff, too. These young boys is from college. I need to get something that's ready to go, that we can shift on a moment, that they can get comfortable in a game if we got to go to them early. If he had that level of communication and motivation, he wouldn't have to be crazy X's and O's, right? He could be a leader of men. And some football coaches ain't great defensively or offensively. You know what they're great at? The Jimmy Johnsons. Jimmy Johnson was great talking to people, and people played hard for him. Not saying that they don't play hard for him, but he could get more out of him.
Well, like, here's the thing. Like, has anybody really said, like, man, Mike Vrabel's the biggest X's and the smartest guy? I mean, he's a big brain guy.
No.
But I guarantee you one thing, and I know this for a fact, like, his staff, smart guys. Analytics based, you know what I mean? But he's the dude out there that's, you know, putting shoulder pads on in practice.
And putting people in a position. Like sometimes, I think sometimes Kevin could be a really good head coach if he just didn't have his hands on the offense. Because I really truly believe that offensive people need to be strange. Like the Chip Kellys and that you got to be thinking up some stuff. The creativity, when people say making adjustments come from your creativity. Hey, what can you dream up? And my receivers can't catch the ball. How can I get them open? What ways can I move them around and get them a free release or a free catch or easy, dirty yards? Like yards that I just
dirty yard.
Dirty yards is the ones that we need, right? Right. Listen, and you come out and even giving people a vote of confidence. Like you come out in press conference. Hey, I know Jerry Jeudy is struggling right now. He want to catch the football as much as we want him to catch the football. But he our number one receiver, and I promise next week we're going to get Jerry Jeudy the ball early and often, and he's going to be cool. You know what? That may seem like it's kind of corny, but at the end of the day, it tells Jerry Jeudy, stay locked in for me. Because I know the rookies is coming. I need you to make some catches that may not even be where they is for Joe, but I need you to be what we need you to be when these rookies play. And I just think sometimes he can be a better motivator. But I just don't know if that's him, if that's in you, right?
Yeah. Right. I mean, it seems like you're either that guy or you're not.
Right.
You can't force it. And if you're phony about it, players are going to realize that,
yeah,
right?
I mean, sometimes it has to come, too, from a little bit of, you know, like if you've been in the trenches, you know what I mean? Like, and Stefanski, I know he played football in college and whatever, but like he didn't do it in the league. And not every former player is a great coach either, because Bill Belichick never played, you know, and he's the greatest of all time. Andy Reid didn't play.
Yeah.
And, you know, for me, but what I do want him to do is I want him to realize that in this league it's sink or swim. Like, you could play it safe, but it ain't going to work for you. Ain't nothing came from just being safe. Like, he could, you know how much respect he would get if he went to them and said, we're going to put this guy in and we're going to make sure he succeeds and he actually plays well? He'll look like a genius. All they're missing is the quarterback piece. They got a lot of nice young players. Schlesinger, Judkins. They look like they got it right with Mason Graham. You got some young pieces in Alex Wright and McGuire. You got some stuff. You got a good top-ranked defense. Have some guts and play the people you drafted. You told us you liked Dillon, didn't you? You said he was the supercomputer.
Yeah.
You said we heard all offseason about why they like him. Let's see it.
Yeah, I think it's time. I would do it now. In terms of the Stefanski angle of this, that'll be something for later in the year. The Browns, it feels like, committed to burying Stefanski for 2 years when they didn't fire them last year, right or wrong. And, you know, I was very much on the fence going back and forth at the end of last year about whether Stefanski should be fired. If they go 2-15, if they go 3-14, maybe they change their mind. You know what's funny is I always thought there was more of an argument to keep Stefanski than Berry. Although I think they're tied at the hip. Right now, you could argue Berry deserves his job more than Stefanski based on this year's draft.
Yeah, I mean, Berry's picked some players that are productive right now.
He looks very, his draft, top 4 players he drafted looks like legit